Day 3 started in Gooch Mountain. Was the lesson learned. I need to focus more on building my tent the way that it does not collapse. So they started out good. Started walking. There were quite a few people leaving the Gooch Mountain shelter. Gooch shelter. Along with me. So passing few. Getting behind few, but the word on the trail got that there's a storm coming and a lot of people left the trail, and I'm like, wow, this is my third day, the storm is coming. I don't know, I don't have survival skills to survive in a storm. My tent collapsed twice without the storm. What am I gonna do in a storm? And it was actually the most magical experience of community building and solidarity. Somehow later in the afternoon, the way and the speed we were hiking, I was pretty much the same speed with Wanderer, who was Catholic Italian biker in his 70s, two brothers from Michigan, and a girl from New York City. And we first checked out the Lance Gap, and it seemed to be very open space, and it was not shelter, it was just a tent site. And then we decided to go to Gerard Gap, and we could not go farther because there are bear laws. There are sections where bears are quite common, and all the hikers are encouraged or required actually in those sections to have a bear canister for their food. So my first night and my second night, both were in a shelter, and it's easy peasy. There is the bear box. You finish your food, you put your bag in the box, or there are cables, you can lift it up in a tree. So day number 3, we find the tent site, and there are no cables and there is no box. And thank God that the guys, of course, know how to throw bag up in a tree like I throw like a girl. I don't know how to do that. So all bags got thrown on the tree and we're safe. And we made a fire and had a wonderful night. And guys found the spot that actually was way lower than the tent site to build tents because it was more protected from the wind, which I on my own would have never figured out. So it really, 5 of us felt like we were the trail family, caring for the conditions that we are in, recognizing that we are in it together, and sticking up for each other. So that was absolutely wonderful. And that night, my trail name was born. So if you don't know yet what my trail name is, you can guess it. And please, the ones that I have shared what my trail name is, don't ruin for the other ones. And the storm wasn't that bad. I think it started like after 4 o'clock in the morning. So night was pretty peaceful, and then rain and heavy winds in the morning. So the stuff was wet, meaning, tent. But then again, it was windy in the morning. So just putting it up to dry on the branches of some bushes did help a bit. But it was my first rain experience, and I actually can be very grateful for having the first couple days of a good weather. It did help a lot. I think if my first day would have started with the rain, it would be much harder mentally to deal with it. I do not like wet stuff. So that was day 3, and then we have to walk over the Blood Mountain without camping there because we don't have canisters. So that is that first bear section, and then my second bear section will be somewhere in Smokies. That also the canister is required.